You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with John, Alex, and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a product of Sack of Sin Entertainment. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all other podcast locations. Or check us out at sackofsin.com or heypalwhatsnew.com. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. John, Alex, and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like
The Multiverse Fancast.
You have been warned.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong.
Hey everybody, it's Hey Pal, What's New? I'm Greg and that's John Alex over there. We got lots of good stuff to talk about. We got some movies, we got TV, we got music. Oh yeah, so what's up with you there, Sasquatch?
It was my daughter's birthday this week. That's about it.
Which one?
Mila. She's 17 now.
She's only 17.
Well, and then she's at work today. Talk about panic. We're like, she goes, they're evacuating the mall.
Why?
We're like, what? We're like, why? And she's like, I don't know. They just told us we had to go. Apparently there was a bomb threat in Target, so they evacuated the entire mall. It's like so funny. I go on Facebook, of course, because that's where you get the best news.
Gotta low hut it.
They got someone posted a video of them like in the mall recording like the alarms going off, and it's like, attention, please evacuate the mall immediately. Attention, make your way to the nearest exit and evacuate the mall immediately. And people are like, so great that there's alarms going off and they're telling you to evacuate, and you're like, I'm just gonna stand around with my phone.
Oh God forbid you don't get something on camera.
I know. I want to get it I want to get the video when I get shot.
I know. Seriously.
That's how I get on the news, and they pay me lots of money for an interview. Oh, it was horrible. Why were you filming? I figure it was my lucky day.
I know. It's just so scary. Anything that happens now, everybody's just like, it's like, really?
There's a gunman in the mall. You know, there wasn't, but like, there's a gunman in the mall. Hold on, let me grab my phone first.
Yeah. Meanwhile, nobody's running out or just trying to get freaking, safe. They're just like, wait, I can capture this. But yeah, that's it. Just, how was the Moo's birthday? Any shenanigans happen?
We went to dinner at Red Robin.
Oh.
Red Robin.
Yum.
and then we went bowling.
Oh. Hey, look, I got new glasses finally.
Ooh.
It's only been like 10 years. Yeah, but what else happened this week, really? Just new glasses and, just hung around this weekend. My kids were off, and I didn't have them this weekend. And
oh, no.
So I watched a lot of movies. Talk about Saw. I watched Saw 1, 2, and 3 before I got here.
Shit. I gotta get on. We're on 4, Kate.
Yeah.
So we gotta watch 5 next.
I never realized, how, everybody said, the first Saw, oh, my God, it's so great. It's acting was not that good.
No.
That one guy, not freaking...
not Carrie Elwes.
No, not Princess Bride, the other one. I was like, oh my God, I forgot how bad his acting is.
Oh, yeah.
And you got freaking, I'm too old for this shit. I'm waiting for Murtaugh to walk in with that saxophone.
I told you, I watched the where fucking Donnie Wahlberg gets his head smashed with 2 blocks of ice. That's number 4.
Oh, yeah, that's number 4, yeah. They get back to it's all connected. It's all connected, my friends. So
it's an Ouroboros.
Yeah, and it's spooky season coming up, so you got to get in all the horror stuff.
Hell
we
yeah.
watched some horror. We're going to talk about this week, and just catching any stupid freaking horror movie. You saw a couple of Late to the Parties, which we should talk about
This week.
Yeah, I gave you an assignment.
Oh, you did. I didn't even put those on my list.
Oh, see?
I very much like those.
Yeah,
I
we'll give a brief synopsis of that, in honor of spooky season.
Yeah.
I'm going to dress up as nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to dress up. Everybody's like, oh, what are you going to dress up? And it's like, so last year I went to work in an inflatable chicken costume.
There you go.
I don't want to do that again.
My mom actually bought me a winter cap that's a Spider-Man winter cap, and you can pull it over your face and you can see through it. So I was totally going to wear it today, and I forgot.
I'm just going to do the whole show with a Spider-Man mask on.
It's pretty wild, What are you going to do? But, yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. We didn't have to do much, just sat
Very
around.
boring weekend.
It's freaking warm as shit. I was just like... And, of course, it always happens whenever I take out the air conditioning.
Yes.
I was like, last week, I'm like... All right, I'm taking out the air conditioning. I took them out upstairs for my mom too. I was like, all right, we're done. Then it was like 75 degrees.
75 to almost 80. It was like 78 one day.
I was sweating my balls off.
Oh, that's why they're so small now.
Yeah, they look like elephant skin.
Oh, no.
Old gray balls Gilroy over here.
Old shrivel sack McGillicuddy.
Hey, man, no, it's the Irish curse. It's
It
freaking
is.
12 inches, man.
Yep, 10 inches of dick, 8 inches. No,
Oh, I wish.
2 inches of dick, 8 inches of balls.
That's right. Sack ahoy. What do you think we're called? Sack of Sin Entertainment. Anyway, so you want to get into the news there, pal? John, you got any news?
Do I? Well,
So what are we going to start off with here? Yikes. Could I be any more dead?
oh, so we're going with
Yes.
too hot in the hot tub.
Might as well not bury the lead. Yeah. Old Matthew Perry.
dead in a hot tub.
How old was he? He was like 50.
54?
54.
I think it was 54. I love how Mila was like, yeah, I heard he was wearing a
Bear costume.
bear costume.
Yeah, just keep that freaking moment alive. It's
That's
actually pretty creepy because
They don't know anything yet.
nothing but his last Instagram post was him in that hot tub.
No.
Yeah, like maybe the day of or the day before he died.
Wow.
And he's always, it's sad because he did struggle with addiction really bad.
Well, yeah.
Drugs and prescription stuff. They did say that, final Instagram post in the hot tub days before his death. It's just,
Is there an image? Oh, my God.
it's a nice hot tub.
It is a nice
Yeah,
hot tub.
Friends was good to him.
Well, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good. I'm Matt Man.
Yeah, he apparently a couple of posts before that he was just talking about Batman, and it was very weird. I don't
He's
know.
got headphones on. I wonder if he electrocuted himself.
I don't know. I mean, they
You know,
said
my,
that.
you know, my guess is
What's that?
got a history of drug use,
Okay.
history of alcohol abuse. That takes its toll on you.
Yeah.
He's 54 years old. You're really not supposed to spend a lot of time in a hot tub because going from hot to cold and whatnot is bad for your heart.
It could be just a heart. I mean, they
Maybe
said.
just had a heart attack.
Yeah, they said that there were prescription drugs around, but it was like the usual, nothing crazy, not like painkillers or anything. It was
Right.
antidepressants, but it's like who isn't on antidepressants?
And some of those lower your blood pressure, change your blood pressure, and
Yeah, I mean,
could be anything.
he wasn't looking so hot. They showed the day of his, the day before he died, or like the morning of when he died. He was just looking a little, overweight, kind of like out of sorts and stuff. And then
Merle
they
Haggard.
did. Yeah, and I mean, as much as we goof on it, I couldn't wait to freaking tell that joke. But at the same time, it is.
Evil Dead?
Yeah, it is sad.
It is.
For all the big Friends fans out there, me being one of them, I guess. I'm not like crazy into the shit, but it's a sad thing,
It is.
especially when he's trying to get himself good and then he's
And he had himself good.
yeah. I mean, addiction is a horrible thing, guys. So, big ups to old Matty Perry. Gonna pivot
If
that
he-
couch in the sky.
Justin says, if he was wearing a bear costume, I bet he slipped and it got heavy, like waterboarding oneself to death.
Oh, Jesus. I don't think
I don't think Matthew Perry was a plushie.
I think if he was in a bear costume, it would have came out pretty freaking
Oh,
early,
yeah. You know the EMTs were like, quick, get a shot of this.
Yeah, TMZ, those fucking ghouls. They're like right on it, you know.
They had a fucking drone over his house within 5 minutes.
It's disgusting, those guys. Anyway. But yeah, who else is on the goddamn death dedication?
Double Dead Dicks.
Yup.
Richard Mole, a.k.a. Bull from Night Court.
Bull Shannon.
I know he did like a shit ton of voices, but he'll always be Bull from Night Court.
Yeah, and they keep showing that sad picture of just John Larroquette and that one girl, the only two living people from Night Court still.
God, yeah.
They all did.
Well, I did watch the revival of Night Court.
Oh, yeah. Was this supposed to be like the judge's daughter or something like
it
that?
was his daughter, who was the blonde girl from fucking Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah,
With
okay.
the screechy voice.
Oh.
It was her.
Oh, boy.
I thought it was good. And the other one was Richard Roundtree.
Richard Roundtree. Not to be confused with Richard Squaretree.
Shaft, he's one bad mother.
Shut your mouth. Yeah, like my rule always says, if I don't know you're still alive, then I'm like, okay.
Okay.
You know, Matthew Perry, you're like, shit, I know that he's around.
Yeah.
That's tough.
These two
Bullshit.
dicks, I don't know, neither of these dicks were still alive.
There was dicks everywhere. I didn't know where. There was two dicks and a bing.
Two dicks and a big. That falls under the.
Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh? This is whack. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I thought you were dead.
I had no idea Richard Mole and Richard Roundtree were still alive. For all I knew, they were. I mean, the last thing I saw Richard Roundtree was he did that shitty like Shaft remake with what's his fucking name playing Shaft?
Was it Samuel L. Jackson?
Was it? Yeah, maybe
He did one. Come on, stop. I was a Superfly man myself.
Anyway,
Personally, I prefer Superfly.
those are our dead folk.
Yeah, you want to hit that again? What do you got?
What, the dead?
Yeah, no, the new one, the new one.
Oh, this.
I don't have it. Yikes! There you go.
Is that me playing it out?
That one you can play because it's short.
Yeah.
You know.
We also got Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
A movie that we will talk about later, but it got shit reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and everywhere. It released in theaters and on Peacock at the same time, and yet still did 78 million domestically, 130 global. It's killing it. It's the biggest release ever from Blumhouse.
And I forget what, I mean, I know Blumhouse is famous for low budgets.
Sure.
So I think it was only like 10, 12 million or something like that. Dude, it was the smartest thing they ever did. Like,
Two of that was Matthew Lillard's salary.
Come on, Big Stu.
Big Stu.
Come on.
Peter Mellock.
It was good to see him. But what do you call it? Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it before. It's like, it makes perfect sense. Like, for somebody our age, we're like, oh man, I wish it was like R with like more gore and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, Blumhouse is so smart. They do the small budgets, they get big returns. They could have done an R-rated one, but they did the Megan route where they're like, let's do it PG-13. Teenagers, like my daughters, were like, you know, I'd seen my girls this week, and I took Violet to see it. Well, I didn't go with her. She went with her boyfriend, and I was dad Uber. So I dropped her off, did some work, came back, and I was like, how was it? She's like, oh my God, it was so good. And I'm like, really? Was it? She's like, yeah. And then I went to see Zoe at Starbucks, and she was like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to see Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm like, you guys are really psyched about this movie? So, you know, we'll get into the reviews of it, but it was smart because they're playing to that demographic.
Well, yeah, and they're getting kids back into theaters. Like, the kids want to go do something. It's like, what can we go do? This bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, all my kids were going to go see it, but then Xander and I sat up Friday night and watched it on Peacock. And then when Anastasia found out it was on Peacock and she didn't have to go to the theater, she's like, oh, I can watch it from the comfort of my own house. Fuck that. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to go out.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I can go spend $20 in the theater and see it, or I can just watch it on my freaking...
That's right.
Why would I, you know? That's why, as much as I want to see Killers of the Flower Moon, I'm like, it's going to be on Apple soon.
Oh, yeah.
You know, 3.5 hours, I'm like, that needs to be watched at home.
Oh, and I didn't piss the whole time watching that. By the time I was done, I was doing like that. You ever hear that bit from Adam Sandler on one of his like first records where he's like in the bathroom, he's like peeing, and people keep like, he's like, I'm pissing, and they're like, Jesus, hurry up, dude. And then I was like, zip. And he pees a little bit in his pants. He goes, God damn it. And people are like, oh, you pissed yourself. I had to piss so bad. I was
Really?
like sitting there at the end. I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit. There's something like, there's nothing after the credits after this. So as soon as it went and black, I was like, fuck out of here. Ran out to piss.
Why didn't you do the runp.com?
I'm gonna be that guy who pulls out his phone in the theater.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be
I
that
hate
guy.
those fucking people.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, 3.5 hours, but, it's an Apple movie, so it's like, it'll come out on Apple.
Well, yeah, and they're releasing all these things in theaters first because in order to be eligible for an Academy now, it has to have a run in the theaters.
Yeah, which is, I mean, the window between streaming and it's just so fast now,
Yes.
especially for movies that kind of like, whatever. It's
Well,
just
and
like-
if you're bootlegging, it's even faster because, like, if it comes out in 2 weeks on streaming, somehow that streaming version has already released online bootleg.
yeah, like Saw X, I saw that in the theater, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, it's fucking on demand already? Like, it was just at the theater like 2 weeks ago. So, which is fine. Certain movies I do love going to the theater.
Yeah.
Like with the Marvels coming up, even though I'm not like super psyched for it. At the
I'm gonna
same
go to the
time,
theater for that.
yeah, it's a theater movie.
Definitely.
We'll talk.
I have to at least see it in the theater once.
Yeah,
2 other bits of movie news. One, Black Phone 2 is
Electric
coming.
Boogaloo.
It's going to be released in theaters on June 27th, 2025. Very ambitious of them to be announcing dates like a year and a half in advance. But
yeah, they do that now, where it's just like, okay. I mean, they have a better track. Is that an A24 jam?
Yes.
I think it was. Yeah. So I mean, I rely on them.
Yeah.
And just
because they've got an agreement with SAG, so they're able to still continue doing movies when nobody else can.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see where they go with Black Phone 2. I mean, did the grabber die at the end of that
Yeah.
movie? Yeah.
Maybe the little kid becomes the grabber.
Who knows?
Ooh.
Who knows?
Deadpool 3. Well, actually,
Yeah.
before I get to that, because we were talking about this earlier, talking about release dates changing, they changed the date of Aquaman again.
My baby.
It was supposed to be Christmas, then they moved it to December 20th, and now they've moved it to December 22nd.
Just Warner Bros. Just put it out already. at
Put it
this
on
point.
Max.
But that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna come out. It's gonna suck a bunch of wieners.
Yep.
Then it's gonna go on to Max. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. What was the Flash? The Flash. That wasn't on Max for that one. Was that on regular HBO? I don't remember. I just remember that
As
came out.
Justin said, they fucked up bad on Halloween 3 and Exorcist Believer. I thought it was better than those movies.
Which one are you talking about there?
Yeah, sorry, Justin. I didn't see that.
Richard was the Vietnam vet zombie in the horror movie House. Yeah, oh yeah,
Zombie House, yeah.
that was one of the tags. Yeah, I mean, Halloween 3.
Not House. Not, did you see Justin was like, Halloween 3 was the greatest, most underrated movie? I'm like, dude, I think it was a flaming turd.
Old Silver Shamrock? That one?
I didn't like
Really? It is.
He's saying Blumhouse.
Oh.
Yeah, they fucked up on Halloween 3 and Exorcist Believer. I think
yeah, Freddy's was better. Yeah, we'll get into the whole.
we're gonna get into Freddy's. I
yeah.
liked it, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
The last bit of news: Deadpool 3 director, I guess, Sean Levy. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Invites further speculation
Spider-Man.
to the potential feature of Taylor Swift in the threequel in the third movie. All stemmed from her being at the football game with Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, Hugh Jackman,
yeah.
and and Sean Levy, like hanging out in a hospitality box. It was like, she's gonna be Dazzler.
I mean, it could happen if she is. They got Celine Dion in the last one. Why not?
I just don't see them taking her and being like putting her in a superhero outfit and fighting crime and doing a lot of dialogue. I think they'll put her in there just being T Swifty singing on stage and going, oh, we know that's got to be Dazzler,
Yeah, they'll make some kind of
not Bedazzler, the
Bedazzler.
put the things on your jackets and shit. Be Dazzler.
She's
words.
not going to be Gem. That would be truly
No,
outrageous.
Gem and the Holograms. That was a shit movie too. Don't get me started.
I didn't see it.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah. Oh, what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Deadpool. Obviously, it sounds like it's going to get pushed again
Yeah.
with the writer's strike stuff, which, look, man, take your
Well, the
time.
writer's strike is over at SAG.
SAG, that's what I'm sorry. Which
The saggy balls.
I keep hearing different things about the SAG strike where people are like, oh, it sounds like it's going to end. It's like, okay, let me know when it does.
Yeah.
And then,
let me know when it does.
I know.
I've been putting in for jobs still because there's a couple still out there. Some people got side deals with SAG to honor all their agreements, but like everybody's trying to get those roles. So when I put in for it, it's like, thank you for your consent.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. cricket, nothing.
Yeah, once the I mean, it's going to be interesting when this whole strike is over, how the floodgates are just going to open up, and all of a sudden be like, we need 100,000 people.
Oh, that's what's going to happen. They're going to
Yeah.
open those floodgates, and then there's going to be so much demand and not enough people to fill it, and that's when I'll be able to work.
There you go. You can do it, man. You can do it.
I sent you that one for that the game show, the music game show.
Yeah, Zoe and I are always talking about because Mimi loves the game shows, and we're watching them. She's like, "You gonna watch Beat Shazam?" We watched that, and Zoe and I are a good team on that because I know all the old shit, and she knows
Right.
all the new stuff. When like Dua Lipa or whatever the fuck her name is comes out, I'm like, I have no idea, and she's like, Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
Then it's like Doobie Brothers, like shit like that. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it with the news. I think really, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Glub glub glub. Glub glub glub. Well, all I have to say is
How will you explain that? A dead man in your bed still smelling of cum.
that's all I need to know.
Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill. Oh, Uncle Bill.
Oh, Uncle.
Everybody's got an uncle, the inappropriate uncle.
I am the inappropriate uncle. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
It just passes down from generation to generation.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'd rather be the inappropriate uncle than bedbug uncle.
that's true.
Anywho,
Yeah, so
what are we gonna go next?
we should do movies, man. That's usually how it goes.
All right, we'll do movies and then do Tully's take.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We could do Tolly first since he's been a little fucking chatterbox over there.
Where is
Thank
my
you for
Tully's
listening, buddy.
Where's my Tully's take button?
I don't know. It's not on my thing.
Oh no, I lost my Tully's take button.
I only got like trailers.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Have you heard that brand new song? Let's get Holy Take. Have you seen that Marvel movie? Let's get Holy Take. Have you seen that Netflix show? Let's get Holy Take. Hey, you got change in a quarter? Let's get Holy's take on it.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
What is up, everybody? This is Justin, aka Toly, and this is Toly's take on Spider-Man 2 for PS5. I was very much looking forward to this game for quite a while now. Ever since I saw the gameplay footage of it, it really seemed like an upgrade from the PS4 one that I played on the last one, the first game. But man, right off the bat, it does look good, but it still had the same graphics as if it was for PS4. And I think we've been far enough along now in PS5 where we need to start seeing some upgrades in graphics. God of War, the last God of War was actually better than this. The map size is huge. It's massive, and that is great. It provides a lot of opportunity for different things to do in the game. But at the same time, I felt that the game was very short. For example, I started playing Saturday morning, and I am already just about 100% on all the complete story and all the side missions. And it is Tuesday. So lots of opportunity that was missed in the amount of stuff that you could do with the game. It was very tedious at times. You're kind of forced to move very slow through certain things that are just not interesting, like checking out a lab or playing carnival games at building up to the story with your friends Harry and, of course, your girlfriend Mary Jane. But I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I will say it was a very creative retelling, and about 26% into the game is when it starts getting very good. Before that, it's a little bit rough, with the slow pacing issues. But I suggest buying it at GameStop used, beating it in 3 to 5 days, 100%, and then returning it for a full refund. So that's my take on Spider-Man 2. If you did play it and you enjoyed it, or if you didn't, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Follow me at the Garden State Picker on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Have you heard that brand new song? Let's get Holy Take. Have you seen that Marvel movie? Let's get Holy Take. Have you seen that Netflix show? Let's get Holy Take. Hey, you got change in a quarter? Let's get Holy's take on it.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
There he is.
Yeah. Oh, Justin just texted me too. He's like, "You guys need to read comics." Dazzler is from Mojo's TV World. If I had time to read comics,
Yeah.
hold on.
Oh wait.
Hey, Justin, I am reading a comic right now. Here you go. I'm reading The Boys.
Yeah.
Mostly because I want to get the fourth one, which is what Gen V is all based on.
Oh, okay.
So, and I was like, I got to read the first three before I read it. And I know most of the story, but who cares?
Yeah. Well, it was an interesting take on Spider-Man 2. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about it.
Xander has played it 100%, finished like the main game part.
Yeah.
And now he's playing it again and going back and doing like all those little side things. Xander says the same thing. He goes, yeah, I mean, the graphics aren't much better than the PS4 version of the first Spider-Man game, or really in line with the PS4 games would be. The game is short. Xander he's 12 years old. He's finished it.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing is like people are knocking it out 3 to 5 days. Like Justin said, it's like, that's why I love like the open world games.
Right.
Like, I play Red Dead 2 all fucking day long. I just, doing my own shit. They don't have an open world thing where you could just kind of swing around.
No, and that was the thing I said to Xander. I was like, you've got games like Call of Duty that has a story mode, and it's short. It's not a long story mode. You can finish it in a day or two. Mm-hmm. But they rely heavily on the online multiplayer.
Yeah.
As does Red Dead Redemption has that story mode, which is pretty extensive. But the open world online is really where people stick with a game like that. The Spider-Man, it's like Xander finished it. Now he's going back and redoing it, but he's doing all the little fun side missions like Justin was talking about.
Yeah.
I say it would be really cool if they had like a online multiplayer thing similar to either Call of Duty or even it's open world, but there's nothing to do. But similar to like Red Dead Redemption, where it's like you create your own Spider-Man suit, your own Spider-Man whatever. They totally missed the opportunity to create this online co-op online thing where you go and solve missions and get points like you do with Red Dead.
Yeah.
Or even battle things like you have with Call of Duty and Fortnite.
Yeah, or you could just do stuff where you're swinging around, and it doesn't have to be like one of the Sinister Six. It's just like there's a crime happening. Go say, do that, or go to this place. And I love open world games just because, like perfect example is the Jedi Fallen Order, right?
Right.
I love that game. I am stuck in one spot. I can't beat it. Now I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Do I start over again? Do I keep freaking punching myself in the dick? They need to, and rumor has it that they'll probably put out if they had a Star Wars open world game. Holy shit!
Well, they used to. I forget what it was called. There was a Star Wars like open world MMORPG they had.
Yeah,
but you didn't play as the main characters.
But I mean, games like Red Dead. I mean, Red Dead 2, like I said, that's really my go-to game. Where I'm just like today, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna sign on, and I got my Moonshine Shack, I got my freaking trader thing. I'll do this to do that, just to kill time. Somebody's walking
Farmville.
Yeah, just shooting the shit.
Crops.
I like that a lot better than GTA, just because GTA to me is just too overwhelming, I think. But a Star Wars open, and it doesn't even have to be like the characters. You could be a Jedi, you could be a bounty hunter, you could be on this, you could be a storm, whatever the fuck you want, and just go around all the different planets you can go to. Oh, we'll go to Canto Bight. Oh, we'll go over to fucking Tatooine. Oh, I'll do this,
And like Red Dead, you can make your own character. Maybe you design your own character.
Yeah. You can be like, I want to be a Jedi, or I want to be a smuggler, or I want to be a bounty hunter, or, whatever. I mean, there's tons of shit you can do. But, I mean, they keep talking about an open world game. What is this? In Jedi Fallen Order, are you stuck in a desert? I'm stuck with Malicos. On Dathomir. I've been fighting that guy for months. I'm like, motherfucker. I just get so close and then I get whatever. And then I just give up on the game for a while. And then I'll go back to it, but yeah, come on over, Justin. You can beat the guy for me and then, then I'll send you on your way.
Hit the bricks.
But anyway, that's our video game talk.
Yes.
Yes. We tend to get into video games.
Are we going movies?
Yeah, let's do movies, because we got a lot of movies. Well, we got a lot of TV too. Don't worry, kids. The music part is going to be pretty short. So,
well, let's go movies. Do you want to hear what the movie that I saw that you probably haven't?
Yes.
Pain Hustlers on Netflix with Emily Blunt and Chris Evans.
I saw the trailer for it, and
it's basically Dope Sick with nasal fentanyl.
I know they had Dope Sick.
It doesn't even have like a big production. It's piss poor production quality too.
That's why I was
So low budget.
I was gonna watch it, but then it was like I already watched Painkiller, which was basically like Dope Sick, but it was
Right.
different. Now this one looks more like it looks like it goes more into the sales aspect of it, which is
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, the
You know.
pyramid scheming of the sales aspect and getting these doctors on board and overprescribing and shit. And I mean, it all started out with a drug that was really quick, a drug that was designed for pain relief using a fentanyl nasal spray for cancer patients. And the study that they did said it was less than 1% fatally addictive. But that's because fucking everybody in the study were cancer patients who wound up dying anyway.
Jesus, that old
So they
gag.
never live long enough to get addicted. And they say that at the end. I don't know. I didn't give. It was okay. It was one of those like, great, I watched it, but I didn't need to, and I want my last 2 hours back.
It's one of those things where, like I said, I have experience working in drugstores, being a farm tech for like 10 years, and managing stores where it's like the fucking drug sales reps, man. I could never do that just because you're basically selling your soul.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like they would just come in, and it was just like if you've seen like Pain Hustlers or freaking whatever, it's the same shit where it's like, you know, they come in with all their swag and they're like, hey, look at this and all there. And they would literally come into the store, I remember, and just be like, okay, here's the deal. Because there was a doctor's office. Ooh,
Someone's at
scary.
the door.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I just need to go into your car.
Why you got to go to my car?
I gotta look for something.
You got to look for your drugs, don't you?
Yeah, I dropped my little baggie.
Oh, you dropped your fentanyl in my car, and if I touch it, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god. Like,
Whatever, bomb scare.
what's the like slang for fentanyl?
I don't know.
No fucking clue.
Hillbilly heroin? No, that's Oxy.
Yeah, I don't know. The Fetty Wap.
Ladies and gentlemen, moo. Yeah, I mean, it was one of when they used to come into the store and they would just be like, hey, look, here's the deal. We went to the doctor's office because we had a doctor's office basically across the street from our drugstore. And all those people used to come in. Dr. Tobin, I still remember his name.
Damn.
They would come in and they go, look, we told him that, you know, you're gonna we sold him on this particular cough medicine or something like that, like one of those, you know, promethazine or something like that. So he's gonna be writing a shit ton of that.
Meth with codeine?
Promethazine. Meth with codeine. That sounds delicious. No, they'd be like, look, we told him, we gave him a good deal. He's going to be writing the shit out of this freaking prescription. They're going to be bringing it to you. If you buy it from us directly, we'll give you 20%. So they're basically like, you can buy it from us and get it cheap and make a bigger window of profit, or you can basically go fuck yourself and all these people are going to come in anyway. So they kind of got you by the short and curlies.
True.
And they're just scumbags. I remember they come in with their fucking Armani suits and they're like, hey, how you doing? And meanwhile, I'm making, you know, $17 an hour, Greg, at the time. Like, yeah, what's up? And they'd be like, hey, you know, here's some pads and pencils. And, you know, hey, we're going to talk to you about the pharmacist about this new drug that came out. Hey, I'm going to go to the store. Do you want a coffee? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Wow, that's great. How do you like your coffee? Black, like my mom. Okay, great. I'm going to go get I'm like,
I remember you used to bring the pads and pens home from work when
Oh,
we lived together.
I used to have the best. It was a clipboard, but it was a Viagra clipboard, and it was the big blue pill on the top.
Nice.
Like, that shit, and look, boner pills, go for it. But,
That's
you know,
right.
pain meds, shit like that, where they just, they're drug dealers.
Yes.
I can't stand them. But anyway, Pain Hustlers with
Pain
old
Hustlers.
Captain America and Mrs.
Blunt. I did watch another Emily Blunt movie that was like Emily Blunt, Anthony Mackie, and Matt Damon.
Oh,
And it's from 2011. It's called The Adjustment Bureau.
I've heard of that.
It was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. It was one of those like, hey, 94% recommended for you based on your viewing history. But that's me and Kate. So it's like we share one profile on Netflix. So other movie I watched,
Yes.
The Wiggles documentary on Amazon.
They have a Wiggles documentary.
You know they're all still alive. Nobody's dead.
No, I know.
I know the yellow Wiggle had like a lot of health problems.
And then they got Sam.
He had a heart attack on stage
Oh, jeez.
at the
I didn't
reunion
know-
concert.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch that. My kids used to watch that show like crazy.
And they're still going.
Oh yeah, don't they have like two girl? There's a girl one now.
There's a girl one, and actually the Blue Wiggle. What's his name? Was it Greg? Was Greg the Blue Wiggle? Well, the Blue Wiggle. His daughter is one of the Wiggles now
because he's the one that created it, didn't he? The
Yes,
Blue
him
Wiggle.
And they've got the what is it? Shirley Shawn, the non-binary unicorn, is one of the characters now.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's everybody's reaction. Is like, Jesus Christ, why do we got to do that? And they're like, look, as time evolves, we have to. The show has to evolve, and we're not gearing this towards you adults. This is for kids,
Yeah.
And we want kids to be able to, every opportunity for a kid to see a representation of themselves on the screen.
Yeah.
And that's why they started going with female and different people from different countries and different races and different. All that stuff.
It's genius. I mean, did they ever solve that guy Jeff's narcolepsy? Because that seemed like a real serious problem.
Yeah, they did. He wasn't narcoleptic.
He wasn't?
He
Wake up, Jeff.
He fucking hated being on screen and being like having to talk and had like he was basically camera shy. So like, here's what we'll do: we'll just always make you asleep.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Damn, I really have to watch that.
He had a heart attack too. He
Really?
was driving his car and was like, had a heart attack and crashed. Gave him a pacemaker.
Was it like toot toot chug a big red car? We travel near and we travel far. Fuck you in the ass.
Wow.
That's
That's not the show my kids watched.
Fruit salad. Yummy,
Toss
yummy.
my salad. Yummy, yummy.
Jim Brewer does a great freaking skit about how heavy metal is just like Wiggles.
Oh yeah.
It's the same stuff.
Look, your kids watched it, my kids watched it. It was a great like trip down memory lane and all that shit. I mean, they show them doing like the original Wiggles reunion concert, and dude, I'm telling you, there's not a person in that audience under the age of like 22.
Oh jeez.
And it's all like they kept showing like these people, and like the people come with like a big picture board with a picture of them with the when they met one of the Wiggles.
Yeah.
And it's like, can we recreate the? And because they come out in the audience, like, can we recreate this picture? And they're like, stop and recreate the picture with them.
Yeah, I mean, I give him a lot of credit. I mean, it was a freaking catchy juggernaut. Like kids loved it, and
they were number one on the music charts in sales for like ever.
Yeah, and you see those concerts that they used to play. It was just like freaking playing arenas and shit.
Yep.
Singing about fruit salad and my big red car.
Yeah.
But good on that. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Take my pants off. Lube up and.
I only have one other movie, and it's the movie that we've been talking about.
Yes, the two of us. We saw FNAF.
Five Nights at Freddy's. 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Because it's all curmudgeon-y old people like
That's
us. Right. Now I saw it. What was your take on it first?
I enjoyed it.
You seem to have liked it more than me.
Because I watched it through the lens of this is more geared towards my kids than it is towards me.
Yes.
And it's not, I don't think it's meant to be a true horror movie. Almost like a Goosebumps version of a horror movie. That's where I put it.
I was getting that vibe, like because I had said that Violet went to go see it, and then my two daughters went to see it, and they loved it, and they were just like, "You're just not into the FNAF lore," and I'm like, "You're damn right, I'm not."
It's why they don't get into the lore of like him they talk about him killing the kids.
Yeah,
but they don't show you him killing the kids. He doesn't sexually abuse the kids. He's just killing them.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of kept it a little bit tamed down and just going, this guy's a bad man who likes to hurt and kill kids, and then puts their bodies inside the animatronics. Spoiler.
Yes.
I'm not even giving a shit about spoilers at this point.
No. I mean, if you've
played the games, you know.
It seems like the people that played the game and know about it really enjoyed it.
Justin wants to watch us wiggle.
Yeah, I'll do it. But for me, I know I watched it, and I was like, Manal and I watched it, and afterwards I was just like, that was whatever that was. I don't know. I mean, but I could see, the more I thought about it and the more that I heard from my kids and just from people, look, it wasn't made for me.
Nope.
Just like, certain things aren't made for my kids. It's not made for me.
No.
If teenagers or preteens or tweens or whatever love it, great.
Xander and I watch it, and he fell asleep about halfway through, and he was supposed to go. All four of my kids were supposed to go to the theater and watch together. I mentioned that before. But, like, he's like, can we watch it together, Dad, you and me, so I'm not completely freaked out when we go to the theater? I'm like, yeah. And he fell asleep.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a creep factor to it, but nothing where, look, for instance, today I freaking watched Saw 1, 2, and 3. Just like it was on TV. We love a good marathon. We're like, just leave it on and stuff. But like, we're so desensitized to it. If it's a movie, a horror movie that's getting, to me,
It's no Ginger Snaps.
it's no. Oh yes, we got to talk about the old snaps.
I only watched the first two. I haven't watched the third one yet.
You don't have to watch the third one.
I don't know. The third one seems a little bit better, like a cooler story than the other two.
Well, yeah. Well, give me. So to recap on Five Nights at Freddy, we're okay with it. It's not my demographic,
Right.
But I will say, if it gets teens and tweens and people into horror, so later on they could watch the Reanimators and the Friday the 13th and all that shit. Great, like my daughter Violet, she's 15 now and she loves all that stuff.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's got fingered, Wiggles edition.
Oh God, Freddy got fingered. Remember that
Five
movie?
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy got fingered, Wiggle edition.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage? I'm glad that I saw it, and like I said, anything that's going to get younger kids into the horror and they'll go down that rabbit hole later on, great. I love the genre, so you got to be more open to all that stuff.
Terrifier 3 Christmas edition.
Yeah, can't wait.
you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Oops, a little leaky.
You start with Five Nights at Freddy, and then you go to freaking Art the Clown. It's a natural progression. It's a natural progression.
Maybe stop at Killer Clowns from Outer Space in between.
Yeah. Like I said, my daughter liked it a lot, and she's now into horror movies. Like she's been into it before, but she's loved like the cheesier kind of like slasher films. She loves
Mila's one friend is a huge horror fan, so she's not so much a horror fan. But when they hang out, they watch horror movies. So I'm like, all right, whatever gets you watching it.
I remember talk about.
Back in the days when I was young.
Damn it, we're old.
There was that summer, or there was 2 summers in a row where Mikey Stolper would just call me every day, and the conversation would be like, "Hey man, what's up? Nothing. What are you doing? Nothing. Can I come over? Sure." And he would come over, and we rented every stupid horror movie we could find, and we loved all that stuff. So
cool,
and we got big ups to Walter too. He got us into all that freaking Bad Taste and freaking
and Mike Gingold.
Oh, Gingaloo. I mean, he was witness to my first, talk about it back in the day. He was in the same room when I was exposed to my first naked female breasts.
Whoa.
Yeah, I can remember it like it was yesterday. Hold on.
Back in the days.
Wow.
It was Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
I was playing Eddie. Mike was playing the criminologist. And there was some girl that was there. She wasn't a regular.
Okay.
She was playing Magenta, I think it was. And we go upstairs and we had all our costumes up there. And we're just putting on our stuff. And here's, chubby freaking 18-year-old Greg. Like, all right, drawing love and hate on my thing. I'm getting ready to do it. And she's changing. And she turns around. And me and Mike were just standing there like, because she's like, guys, can you tell me, like, and she's totally freaking topless. And I could see it in my head, like the most perfect, firm, up in the air, kind of just, damn.
You're glowing right now.
I am glowing. It's something about, it's like you're just thinking about those boobs now. Anyway, so.
Wow.
Sorry, honey, if you're listening. Yours are freaking perfect. They're like, anything bigger than a handful, you're risking a sprained tongue. You know what I'm saying? So Five Nights at Freddy we're okay with. Now, I did give you some homework, and you surprised me. You're like, I did watch both of them.
Both Ginger Snaps, 1 and 2.
Yeah, what did you think?
I was, I like that we're not getting full werewolf transformation.
Yeah.
That they did where it splits and it's not like CG. I like that it's practical effects.
Yeah.
And it relies more heavily on the story and where it's going and how she gets bit and is changing
little by little. Yeah.
And not, and it throws away some of those tropes of like, oh, you have to get shot with a silver bullet and all that shit. I like that it's following what would be a more logical progression. It's a virus. It's a thing that you can, we can get a cure, which not, spoiler, they don't.
Yeah.
For either of them. The second one, it looks like they left it ripe for a third one with that one, and the third one they came out with was like, well, we're gonna go back to the 1800s.
Yeah, it's like a period piece, like how it.
I want to know what happened after fucking She-Hulk trapped her in the basement.
I know.
Little kid Tatiana Maslany, who
Yep.
Kate was like, oh my god, I forgot when she was on Heartland because she was on this Australian TV show called Heartland.
Yeah, was that? I think that was a Canadian movie, Ginger Snaps.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, or as I like to call it, America's Hat. Canada. But yeah, I forgot. I have to watch that.
I'll give it a
again.
good 3 out of 5 pals.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Both of them.
What did it come like?
I think the second one was a little bit better than the first one. I think just because production was a little bit better, seemed like it had a little bit more money.
I like that character, her character, over the other one for the first one that got bit. I mean,
Right.
they're I mean, spoilers for like a 30-year-old movie.
Oh Jesus! 2004 and it was like 2000 and 2004 or some shit. Like
Yeah, they came out pretty quick, and I remember seeing it. I think it was one of those just like we
I'll
just
tell you, I'll
rented
look
it.
it up.
But yeah, it's based on these two girls that are kind of obsessed with death. It's like their whole thing, and then there's like
Dead by 16 or Out with the Scene.
yeah, it's like the one girl that now she's actually
2000 was the first one.
yeah. Now she was the main one who got bit. She was actually in some other movies.
Oh yeah, she's
too.
one of those actresses who you're like, yeah, she's in that other stuff with the other. I'm surprised they got her as much as they did for the second one.
Yeah,
is it
Catherine Isabel. Yeah, she was in.
She's in a lot of shit.
Yeah, she was in Freddy vs. Jason, Insomnia. So she's popped up. The other one,
It's a Wonderful Knife. I don't
yeah,
know.
little independent stuff. But the other one, who it's focused on her more, Emily Perkins.
Who plays Bridget?
Yeah, was she in anything else?
She was
besides-
in fucking It.
Oh, Juno. Okay,
Yeah, she was in a lot more. She's a lot more well known. She was. I feel like she's a lot more well known, and I don't really know her well.
no, like both of those actresses, they were in other stuff, but you kind of forget. Like, you're like, oh, like I remember when Ginger from Ginger
I don't know why they're.
Snaps.
I don't know why they're showing you Stephen King's It with her. It's like I don't think she was in that.
No, maybe not. I don't know.
No,
but
that's right.
anyway, so yeah, I'm glad I turned you on to those. Those are
yeah.
those
I gotta
are good
watch the
movies.
third one because I was telling Mila about it, and I was telling her the third one takes place back in 18 something.
Ginger
And she's like, oh, that sounds like
Ginger Snaps Back. It reminded me of Fear Street. Like when I saw Fear Street, I was like, okay, it's very similar to that.
and it's both of them in Ginger Snaps Back, isn't it?
Yes, because it's a a prequel kind of, and they don't play the same characters.
No.
It's not like a time travel thing.
Okay.
It's just basically, well, their names are Bridget and Ginger still, but it's more of like, I mean, I haven't seen it in forever, but it's more of a, like a Ginger
Snaps Back, the beginning.
the beginning. So it takes place in the 1800s, and it's kind of based on the lore, but it's not like they went back in time.
I mean, they got some big names in this one. I mean, I don't know how well you know them, like J.R. Bourne,
No.
who plays James. He's in a lot of shit. And then you got the guy Hugh Dillon, who's in a lot of cop shows that I've watched.
Oh yeah, he looks familiar. Doc Murphy. But they're good, man. If you look,
Yeah.
spooky season's coming up. It's Tuesday. You get a chance, watch those Ginger Snaps.
It feels like it could be one of those horror movies that's on, like, the
What-
Saturday morning horror movie.
Now, what is it on? I know usually when you look it up on Google and stuff, it'll tell you what
Oh.
streaming things it's on. I want to see what it's on. I don't mean to waste a
No.
podcast time, but watch now. Oh, it's on Pluto?
For free.
Tubi? Peacock.
It's on
Oh,
Peacock
it's
for
on the-
free. Sling. It's everywhere for free.
So if it's on Peacock.
Amazon Prime for free.
Wow. Yeah, definitely get a chance. If you get a chance to watch it this weekend, let us know. Comment, when you like, subscribe, and you put all those little hearts and likes and stars and all kinds of cool stuff. Tell us you watch Ginger Snaps.
Yeah,
and
send
let
us
us know
those
what you
Facebook
think.
pizzas.
Yeah, because we need likes and subscribes. and all
Ginger
that
Snaps,
stuff.
the menstruation movie? Oh, yes.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
right. She gets attacked because she's on a period.
That's right. See, Justin knows. Our little third mic over here today. So what else did we
Too
have
bad
in
Justin
movies?
lives far away. That was all I had in movies.
I think we have to move on to the television.
Television. We want to start with the new or the what we've both watched and repeating it. Here we go. Got Gotti.
Got Gotti. You told me you were
Netflix.
You told me you were watching it, and talk about Netflix.
Once again,
it was a
3
lo-
episodes, 48 minutes each. What the fuck? You know what I think the logic behind that is? Is that people will watch one episode and be like, I'll watch another one. A 2-hour movie, they'll be like 20 minutes in, they're like, I don't know. I already know all this shit. I'm not going to see anything I don't know.
Yeah. And, you know, it's for the pause thing. I was just going to say, like, for Netflix, it's officially an end of an era. I went to log on. Didn't have, like, because I've been under my ex-wife's forever. My ex-wife. We've had Netflix forever. I went to log in. It was like, you're not them. I'm like, you have to have your own subscription. I was like, God damn it. But let me tell you, I got the $6.95
with
Netflix with commercials. It's perfectly fine.
Do they put commercials in the middle of the movies?
No.
I think it's at the beginning and end, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll deal with commercials at the beginning and end and limited choice of what shows and movies I can see on there because of like streaming rights and everything.
Yeah.
As long as you're not putting a commercial in the middle of a fucking movie, that annoys the shit out of me.
I don't think that they do. I'm trying to remember when I watched Got Gotti if it came with commercials.
Yeah, but that's a TV show, so
yeah, it could have popped in and out. But if they are,
maybe that's why they do it, so they can put commercials throughout it and make that commercial revenue.
True. I mean, you know, for if anything, it didn't take me out of it. I wasn't like motherfucker. And to be honest, they're almost like I noticed it on the book, like when I watched Five Nights at Freddy's. Right, I have the ad one. They had, I want to say, 120 seconds worth of commercials in the beginning, and they're like, okay, watch the movie now. And that's it.
All right.
The Netflix one, I think it was more, but they're more of like YouTube commercials where they're like 15 seconds, you're in and out, and it's like, oh, okay, no big deal.
Now, some of those I know that like they don't show you commercials, but if you pause and walk away, when you come back and restart it, they'll show you a commercial before they restart what you were watching.
Which is fine.
Who cares?
Look, I looked at the 3 things where it's like I can either pay $6.95 and have ads or $22. I'm like, fuck.
See, my concern about switching from we're on whatever the fucking premium tier is.
Yeah.
If I switch to like that cheap ad based one, are all the profiles I already have going to go away?
I had to restart mine.
Oh.
And it wasn't that bad. They're like, pick,
no, but you're
pick
switching.
3 or 4.
You're switching from your wife's to your own now.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I take mine and go, I want to change my subscription level. I have a profile for like me and for each of my kids, me and Kate, and then all the kids.
They might lose it. I don't know. I had to start a new one. And it was like, choose your plan. And it took me literally like 5 seconds. And I'm like, if I'm paying $5.99 for, I could pay $6.99 for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. But yes, let's get back to
Got Gotti.
Gotti.
Trip down memory lane. I remember all that shit going on in the 80s and 90s when, not the whole beginning of the mob war, but like I remember Gotti and the Teflon Don and,
oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. I mean that
Dapper
was
Don and all the nicknames he had and shit.
That was right around when we were in high school because
Yes.
like 89, 90. I remember my grandfather who lived in Queens was like, John Gotti is a saint.
Yeah, well, because he took care of the neighborhoods better than fucking the city did.
It reminded me because there was that one spot in the documentary where the woman was like, my car got stolen like 5 times. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's how my grandfather was because he lived in, where was he in Queens? He was right near, I mean, he was near the whole Gotti thing, and he was just like, the streets are safe. Nobody fucks with you. The guy throws fireworks every 4th of July. Like, he's a fucking saint.
Yeah.
He used to say that John Gotti's a saint. I'm like, you also know he's like a mass fucking murderer and like the head of the mob. Who gives a shit? Keeps us safe. So I'm like, whatever. So it was interesting to watch that. Didn't really tell me anything that I didn't know.
No.
I was fascinated. We talked about it before we got on mic about the people that had to go in and bug.
Oh, yeah.
Like the social clubs and then the apartment that's upstairs. And you're like, dude, you must be shitting yourself.
Oh, yeah. Well, my favorite was the guy in the fucking refrigerator box who sat out on the curb all day inside of a refrigerator box. And then at night, kind of moves over in the refrigerator box and picks the lock.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that old gag. He just did the freaking, like, moved over the... And, like, nobody is walking around.
Bugs Bunny cartoon.
What happened to The City Never Sleeps? Like, you don't see that shit going on?
Oh.
But I just thought about the apartment upstairs when the woman... That poor old woman...
Hello?
He would call her, like, every weekend to be like, wait for her to not pick up, and then they're like, okay, the coast is clear. We're gonna go in and come back. But like,
What I didn't get was did that mean she was away or she was dead?
either or. Like if she's not answering the phone, that means she's not there.
Right.
So regardless, they had to go in, and that was one of the things they said when they went in the apartment. Like, we don't. I mean, she didn't pick up the phone. We don't know if she's like dead or she's just like not there, but she's coming back. Like they don't know her schedule.
Right.
They just
Or
called
she just stopped answering the phone.
They called. Well, they would call at like 2:00 in the morning,
Right.
and she would pick up the phone. The poor woman got freaking prank called every weekend.
Is your refrigerator running?
Yeah,
Call John Gotti.
you got Prince Albert in a can. You know, like
Call John Gotti.
yeah. But and then they finally bugged him, and they got, and it was like a war between who wanted the glory. It's like, bottom line, guys, like just get the guy in jail if you want to. Don't worry about who's getting the glory. And it was finally when they all band together, and the guy, the other task force that had tapes, and he got acquitted, and then the FBI combined their tapes and they connected them. It was really interesting.
Yeah, the Organized Crime, OCTF, the Organized Crime Task Force.
Yeah.
And then the FBI, when they finally got their shit together and started working together.
Yeah. It was just like, hey, can we borrow your tapes? Oh, you thought our tapes were shit. Oh, now they're not, because they linked to theirs. So.
Oh, we're just sitting here waiting for you guys to lose this so we can come in and show you how to win it.
Yeah, if you're into the mob stuff, which I am, it's a good watch.
Yeah.
It's decent. It was quick. It was, like it was a 2-hour movie, basically, with the way I watched it. So what else do we have going on there for the TV? We got our
we
usual.
got Victor Timely. Who turned into fucking Mom Spaghetti on Loki.
Wow. That was Loki, this episode, episode 4. Damn.
Loki kills himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, to stop the times. You see how it's starting to come wrapping around into everything's in Ouroboros.
Yeah.
Including OB.
OB.
When he's sitting there with Victor Timely, he's like, oh, you wrote the TVA guide. And he's like, I've been reading your TVA guide. He goes, I wrote it from what I learned from you.
Yeah, could you sign my book? And they're like, oh, you could sign mine too. And they're just like, guys, we're gonna fucking die.
Can I get you to scribe it?
Oh, scribe it.
I
Yeah.
was like, what year is this?
Yeah. But it was really, really good. I mean, and it kind of, where do they go from here?
I don't know.
I mean, the loom has exploded. They don't know, like, I don't know
That
how.
wasn't the last episode, was it?
No, it's 2 more.
2 more.
And it looks like, things get back to, obviously they didn't get wiped out, but it's like.
This is going to start the Time Wars.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. This sets up the Time Wars. They will most likely wrap this into the Time Wars and then the next couple of things, and it'll all just come right back to the beginning.
Yeah. It's interesting to see where they're going to play out, but like, yeah. It was great. Like, it was very tense. And that was just so funny with Victor Timely. He's just like, I'm going to do something. It's my loom. I'm going to fix it. I'm ready to be a hero. He goes, dead.
Mom
Yeah,
Spaghetti.
He did the old Reed Richards in Doctor Strange too. Did that? They love making spaghetti out of people. Fucking Quantumania. Fucking.
Yep.
Old Reed Richards. Which after seeing that movie, I'm like, do I want him as Mr. Fantastic? No. I want freaking the guy from You, Old Joe.
Oh, yeah?
He looks like he'd be a good one.
I don't know Old Joe.
Old Joe.
Never watched You.
Nah,
I'm watching you right now over there, but like.
What you? I mean, Joe puts on a freaking hat and he jerks off in the woods. That's all you need to know.
Who doesn't?
It's called Tuesday night for me.
That's where I get my quiet time. Gen V. Dude. This, I don't, where'd they go with this show after this?
I don't know. I mean, she's got the virus going on.
Now, did you think the freaking touch girl was going to fucking turn on them again? When she puts her head in that woman's lap and she starts crying and she's like, I'm like, and then they cut. And then the next time you see them, they're standing in the room together. And I'm sitting there going like, is this all a sham?
Yeah.
Is this all like, what's going on here? And then fucking, she bites it.
Oh yeah. She fucking eats it. Yeah. Where do they go from? And they have the doctor that is starting to get second thoughts. He's like, oh shit, like, because she's just pushing it like, can we make it airborne? Can we make it more freaking how fast? And like those poor soups, they're like freaking rotting and from the inside, just puking and just like rotting away. And it's just, they just locked a whole bunch of them in there. Like, let's see what happens. It's just, it's tough. But yeah.
And I knew the benefactor was going to be that politician lady who makes everybody's heads explode.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I knew it was, you knew it was going to be her. And then I can't believe I never put together that, like, when the girl made the fucking penis explode, I should have put together exploding penis, exploding head. Oh my God, it's the same. They have the same power.
Yeah.
How did I not see that coming?
Old Schnozola, as I'm to call her.
Oh, is that what you go?
She's got a fucking honker on her face. I don't know. I mean, it was, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, that's another show where it's just like, dude, if you guys aren't watching the fucking Gen V, what's wrong with you?
Well, when I went and bought the comic books for the boys, the guy behind the counter, I was talking to him, and he's like, I watched the show. It's really good. And I go, yeah, the books are apparently there's a lot of differences and a lot of similarities. I was like, he goes, have you seen the new show too? And I go, yeah. I was like, the new show is actually based off of, there's a 4th edition of the comics. I forget what it's called, but that's what Gen V is based on. And I told him, I was like, Gen V is the first generation of superheroes that know that their powers came from getting that shot as a baby.
Yeah.
I was like, and that kind of like, is the premise of all this. I was like, but it's as graphic as the boys, but I feel like it's got a much better story. So you're not so focused on the gratuitousness of everything that's going on.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah. Okay, they made a guy's penis explode. That's funny. Ha. But the story is so much more interesting than the story, I think, than you're getting in the boys.
Yeah, we've been saying it with Gen V, where it's as much as I love the boys and it's shocking and all that stuff. At this point in the story, you're kind of like, I mean, Homelander is just freaking. He's just a character study within himself. But,
Yeah.
So there's definitely some good character study in that. But like Gen V, I don't know. Like I don't know which one I like better. It's the fact that it's a spinoff and it's on par with the original is just crazy.
It's very rare that you get that.
Yeah, unlike
Vampire Diaries and the originals. Come on.
I mean, come on, yeah, a little vampire.
Did you watch Vampire Diaries?
I remember my ex used to watch the Vampire.
Yeah, one of the people, one of my students asked me about it, and I was like, "Do I look like a 16-year-old girl?"
Yeah.
And then I tell Kate that story. She's like, "I'm like, what are you watching?" She's like, "Vampire Diaries."
I'm like, yeah.
She's watching it. She's been watching. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, I remember that show came out around the same time as True Blood.
Right.
So I was like, why the fuck am I watching this CW shit? I could be watching True Blood, but True Blood fucking shit itself in like season 4.
Oh yeah, with the fucking fairies and shit.
Fairies and werewolves. I'm like, dude, stick
and
to
I
the...
read those books too.
The old Sookie. Sookie.
Sucky.
Oh, Sookie.
Sookie Stackhouse.
Yeah, so, yeah, Gen V. I mean, talk about... also, I will mention before we go into the other stuff, I have started hate watching the last 8 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, God. I keep seeing it come up in my stream of, like, new episode up.
Padre. I still have to watch tonight's episode, which I skipped because I'm like, whatever. But, like, I am still hate watching it. There was a character that came back, if you're not watching this show. It was Fear the Walking Dead. The first 3 seasons were fucking phenomenal. Like, that whole storyline. Season 4, it started getting weird, and they killed off it. But anyway, apparently this guy, Troy, and I had to watch YouTube shit because I'm like, where is he from again? He was from one of the sons of the Ottos, the family. Basically, in season 3. He's all the way back in season 3. He comes back for revenge. And I'm just like, didn't you get your face smacked by a hammer and fell? Apparently, nobody dies in this fucking show. So everybody's like, oh my God, Troy's back. I'm like, could you bring back the family? They were the fucking great part of it. The Ottos and fucking, Madison and all that bullshit. But yeah, it's interesting to see. I want to see how it ends, but man, I'm fucking hate watching it like a mother. And I even tell Manal too, I'm like, get ready to fucking listen to me grunt and scream. I'm like, God, why am I watching this shit? But hey, man, I'll take it.
You're better than me.
Yeah, old Victor Strand changes his fucking name again, and he's speaking in the first episode. He, they all disappear on a raft, and then you cut to this season, and Victor is in this community, this big thriving community of all German people that were on vacation in this area, and then the world ended and they kind of got stuck, but so they're all speaking German, including Victor, and I'm like,
they're Nazis.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a same-sex relationship. They have a son, and he gave a fake name, and I'm just like, how many more lives is this Victor Strand get? Like, and then Daniel's running around. Like, it's just like, it's complete horseshit. But,
Okay.
you know, I'll keep giving you my review of that.
Well, thanks for taking that one for the team.
I will. I gotta. I'm a completionist, man. I gotta know how it ends. So
Yeah, you always finish.
yeah, I mean, sometimes on your chest.
That's right. And with that,
Yes.
From a big rock band, now he just looks like a big fat ham. It's time for Greg's Music News.
if you want that Hey Pal What's New pin to shine a little bit, there's a plastic cover to it.
Oh, there is. Yeah. By the way, kids, come on over and check out our freaking buttons. I got one right here.
Yeah, Hey Pal What's New. I still
Yeah.
want to know how Justin got Arnold Schwarzenegger to wear a Hey Pal What's New shirt.
I know. Well, he went to sackofsin.com, went on the merch store, he put in Sack Up, and he got 20% off, and he got
God
some.
damn it, Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing
I got-
freaking Hey Pal What's New gear.
I got the myself a shirt.
We should buy. We should go give Mayor Bass a fucking Hey Pal What's New shirt.
It's
We
like if
make
he-
our own shirt. Hey Pal What's New supports Mayor Bass.
That's right. I mean, if he only knew.
If he only knew.
If he only knew. So we'll keep it short on the music news. I will say, just to start off, a little bit of music news. We talk about Blink-182, their new album, which I'm really digging. Have you ever seen the meme or the video of "What the fuck's up, Denny's"?
No.
There was this hardcore band. If you look it up, there was some hardcore band. They actually played a show in a Denny's, and it's like this real heavy, like don't, you know, like a breakdown. And then the kid says, and they're playing in a Denny's. "What the fuck's up, Denny's?" Like, here, let's see if we can play it.
Fuck is up, Dennis?
Oh, see, I was gonna get to that, but apparently it was like a meme that went around forever.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
It was a meme going around. They have T-shirts saying "What the fuck's up, Denny's." It was just like kid local hardcore band. They played a show in a Denny's. And
That's awesome.
So Blink-182 decided they were going to do a pop-up show, and they played in a Denny's.
Nice.
And freaking Mark is like, "What the fuck's up, Denny's?"
Is there a
I'm like,
video of that?
that was what you were just watching. That's
Oh, that's this?
Blink-182. Yeah.
That's what. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. What? Oh, is it the TMP repost? What's that one up there? The story behind it. I think that's the original one. Yeah, that's it. The original one.
Oh, I have to visit it. What's up? What's up? What the fuck is up, Denny's?
It became like such a freaking thing that like people. So I guess Blink-182.
I hear a new punk song from Permanent Hangover.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
We'll put out a live album, live from Denny's,
That's right.
live from fucking IHOP instead,
The fucking IHOP over here by me shut down. Live from Cracker Barrel.
live from the Cracker Barrel, even
We'll
better.
do it out on the front porch of a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, we'll reunite and we'll play at the Cracker Barrel.
You hear that, Shag?
Yeah, get your chops up.
Come
So-
on, Scooter.
Yeah. So anyway, coming up on the music news here. Well, we did the music news. Now it's just some new stuff. Kind of slow. There was Green Day came out with a new single.
Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh?
I'm not going to play the whole thing because obviously they're not dead. They're fucking huge. But they have a song, "The American Dream is Killing Me." I heard the best phrase for, like a genre. Somebody was calling them punkles. Because they're
bunch of
punks.
punkles.
Yeah, because they're punks, but they're older now. They're uncles. And like, I don't know. Green Day is a weird band for me. Like, I saw them at not the Ritz, at the Sting in New Britain. It was Walter and I and our girlfriends at the time.
Right.
And it was just when Dookie came out. It was still, they were still, I mean, the place only held like 1,200 people.
Right.
So we go play, and Pansy Division opened up. You ever hear Pansy Division?
Yeah.
They opened up for Green Day. They were fucking awesome.
Why does this sound familiar?
Did you go to what? Did you go to that show?
It sounds familiar. I feel like I was there.
Because all I remember from that show is we get there and the floor on the Sting, it was like an airport hangar.
Yeah.
But if you get enough people and it's all sweaty, it's like sliding.
Sliding.
Sliding like an ice rink. And Walter is in front of me. Walter's like 6 foot, whatever, huge. and you know, it started off with they opened up with "Welcome to Paradise." All of a sudden, I was like, "Oh my god!" I jumped on Walter's back, and we just slid like this. And I'm hanging on the back, and I'm not a small dude. I'm like, ah. He's like, hold on. I'm like, you know, it was awesome. And I was talk about Shag. He was the one that got me into him. We were Kaplunk, we were in college, and then Dookie came out, and Dookie was fucking huge. Yep. Now that it's like cut to 20, 30 years later, they're still doing it. I'm not huge into, you know, American Idiot was good.
Yeah.
And they've put a bunch of albums out after this. This one is okay. It's like I said, it's kind of like the old. I don't fault them for being famous. You know, right. They got so huge with American Idiot and all that stuff, and they play arenas now. Good for them. I remember they were one of those bands where I saw them at the Sting, and then cut to a year later. Same thing happened with me and Korn, where I saw Korn at like Tuxedos and like the Limelight, and then cut to a year later, they're playing the Roseland.
Right.
Green Day, same thing. I saw them at the Sting, and I was like, wow, this is such a great, you know, cool. Cut to like a year later, they're playing Lollapalooza at Woodstock. You're like, right. Fuck, they got huge. So they have a new song out. I don't know. Let us know what you think. It's if you
can't afford, and if you can't afford to see them, Dookie, the Green Day cover band, is playing at Daryl's house in Pauling.
Oh, there you go. Talk about we were talking about Daryl's. I remember Barry and I wanted to do a thing instead of a live from Daryl's house. It would be a live from Oates' apartment.
Oates?
From Oates' apartment.
Who's Oates' apartment?
Like instead of Daryl Hall live from Daryl's house, Oates has an apartment.
Oates, I get it now.
Anyway, some other stuff up there. There's a band called the Black Pumas. Have you heard of the Black Pumas there, Jonathan?
No. I've heard of the Black Panthers. Sorry, I broke up your Black Panther party.
Yeah. And I want to bring this up to our, our listeners. Have you ever followed a band on Spotify and you don't know why? Like, they came up on my Discover, and I'm like, hey, Black Pumas has a new album out. And I'm like, who are the Black Pumas? And I put on the thing, and I was like, okay, I follow them. I don't know why, but I listened to it, and it's damn good. It's very Fishbone-y without the horns.
Okay. So like non-ska Fishbone.
Yeah, it's not really ska. It's kind of like soul kind of. It's.
How much of this you think we can get away with playing?
You can play a little bit of it.
If you listen close, I might get you home. Sipping Sauvignon in my typical.
All right.
Yeah, it's for some reason a lot of the stuff that's on our playlist. You know, you got Lenny Kravitz, Brittany Howard, and stuff. Getting into the soul, the funk and soul.
That's the kind of stuff I listen to at night when I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, well, this is a
very
little
relaxing and very you.
Yeah, they got a little heavy beats on this one, so it's
okay.
It might not be something that you want to sleep to, but definitely check it out.
But don't sleep on it.
Don't sleep on it. Another one, full length album, Old Dern Dern.
Dern
came out with their full length Dance Macabre, not to be confused with the Ghost song.
Oh, not bad.
For legacy bands, we just talked about Green Day. I appreciate when legacy bands like Duran Duran, Green Day, Rolling Stones, they put out new music. Because as a musician, you're like, I want to still. It might not be as popular and might not be as good as fucking Sticky Fingers by the Stones, but like, hey, it's cool. It's fine. It's not something I'll go back to. Same with Duran Duran. Like this album, I will say, fucking John Taylor is like one of my hugest bass influences. He fucking brings it on this album. If you like John Taylor's kind of funky, like type, his bass playing is all over this album. Simon Le Bon can still sing. They sound great.
Well, how much of this can I play before we get in trouble?
I don't know. Let's see.
And there's nothing left but innuendo. Besides, you want to fade away like amateurs in love charade. Much more than just a game.
I can hear that bass.
Become
Nice.
Yeah, it's it's not reinventing the wheel. And look, It's like we say with Metallica and all these other legacy bands. They're never going to put out fucking Seven and the Ragged Tiger ever again.
No.
You can put on Duran's greatest hits and you'll fucking have a blast. This stuff, it's good. I mean, it was okay. Didn't really didn't really move the needle that much. But that song I put on there, something, what was that? Love Voodoo?
Yeah,
Love Voodoo. It's good.
Spelled Voudou.
Yeah, if you listen to that song, it's pretty much the rest of it.
Vow?
Yeah. There's some weird spellings and, all caps. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you people? But yeah, that's, it's definitely worth a listen to. That song I put on there is one of the better ones. If you hear that one, it's pretty much more of the same.
Okay.
And then lastly, I guess, Alkaline Trio. Have you ever gotten into the Alkaline Trio there?
I prefer the Alkaline Duo.
Yeah, well, the Alkaline Trio, they have a new single out called Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs. If you haven't listened to Alkaline Trio, Daryl and I went to go see them at Toad's Place, which, by the way, we're going to see.
Did you get your tickets?
I'm getting them on Wednesday.
Okay, I got my tickets.
Yep.
And I hear Daryl might be coming down. For those of you not familiar with it, the Circle Jerks and Descendants are playing at Toad's Place. Shagger's going to be there with his brother.
Yes.
I'm going to be there. I got a ticket from my son and my wife if they decide they can make it.
My wife.
It's Tuesday night.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know. Yeah, Manal's the same way, too, but I'm just like, dude, it's April. It's close to my birthday. I have to freaking
What's
go.
it, April 9th?
Yeah, like 9th or 10th. They're playing a couple of other shows, so, I mean, we missed the Circle Jerks last time. Descendants, we've seen a bunch.
But they also have some shows in the city
Yep.
the week before, I think, or the same week. Now, this is a Circle Jerks headlining, and Descendants are opening up for the Circle Jerks.
It might be a co-headline. I don't know.
I'm just wondering if this means we're getting a new Descendants album.
I don't know. I hope so.
I hope so, too.
Yeah, and the Adolescents are playing, too.
Yes.
So I fucking love the Adolescents, too. So that one we're definitely going to. I got to, I'm just waiting to get old payday time. And even though the tickets, you said they were like, what, $50?
$48 with fees.
Yeah. You got to love that shit. So
you saw Alkaline Trio at Toad's Place with Daryl.
Yes. And Alkaline Trio they've been around for a long time. The goth chicks love them, kind of like Ghost.
Oh.
Matt Skiba, the guitar player, Skeet. Matt Skiba was the guy who covered for Tom in Blink-182 for a while. They put out an album or two with him. Really cool, like punk. They go a little gothy, but not really. They're like a Chicago-based 3-piece, and they got some great songs. So they haven't really put out anything in a while, and this album this single just popped up called Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs. It's good stuff, man. If you want to check out a really cool punk band that's not too threatening, but just great music, check them out, man.
Okay.
Alkaline Trio. Like I said, the goth chicks love them. They have the little heart insignia with a skull and all that crap. I just remember.
I feel like I have an Alkaline Trio sweatshirt here at the house somewhere.
You probably do.
And it's from I think my brother's kids gave it to us to give to my kids when they outgrew them.
Yeah.
And I don't mean outgrew them like don't listen to them, like the sweatshirt. They're like, I don't need this sweatshirt anymore.
Yeah. I just remember seeing them, and I don't go too deep into their catalog. When the Brady Bastards formed, when we didn't have any songs, we used to cover This Could Be Love, I think it was called.
Okay.
And that's what got me into them. And they've have a couple of singles out there that, yeah, there's the old, I like the skull with the heart thing. It's pretty cool. But yeah, they're a good band. Good 3-piece. Definitely check them out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the music, man. Not too much. We did it again.
Oops, I did it again.
Look what I did to you again.
Bye, baby, bye.
Douche. Oh, God, man. I was just crying from last week's episode. But anyway.
I had to edit that heavily because I didn't want it to sound too bad in the audio. But
I mean, the Britney Spears
you want
thing.
you want the unedited. If you find the regular audio version funny, check out the YouTube video. We go a little bit deeper and a little bit more.
We go dark. We go dark. The bye definitely got in
Justin
there.
just got tickets to Bouncing Souls, Strike Anywhere, 7 Seconds, and Catbite.
Yeah, Bouncing Souls in 7 Seconds, dude. I saw them at Terminal 5
Yeah.
with Daryl years and years ago. 7 Seconds, man, you cannot go wrong
Justin's
with
down in Jersey, so he's like right there by fucking, hop, skip, and a jump to Red, but he's in Brick.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a bunch of places to see bands right not far from his house.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you move to Jersey, they give you a copy of Bon Jovi, Bouncing Souls, and Bruce Springsteen. That's kind of like what you get.
Welcome
Bouncing
to
Souls.
Jersey. Here's your welcome package.
Dude, fucking Ghosts on the Boardwalk. Gasoline is one of my all-time favorite songs. So
Okay.
they're freaking awesome. Anyway, but yeah, we did it.
We did.
We did. We got through it another Sunday night. What else do we got to plug?
Plug my
I mean,
fucking butt.
fucking
My butt
like,
plug.
share, subscribe, buy a shirt. Patreon stuff. We are talking about recording some stuff, so we'll start getting some patrons in there. If you guys are interested in subscribing or even just following, you don't even have to subscribe. You can just follow. You won't get the content though. We're going episode 69. We're doing freaking rankings. We're doing deep dives. Or what do we call the deep dives? The triple indies?
The triple
We're going to triple indie into some shit. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Sackofsin.com. Band stuff-wise, not really much going on. I don't think we're going to squeeze a Sack of Sin 3. Like I said, usually in the winter months, I grow a beard.
Especially now with all the fucking porn that's showing up in the Sackassin chat.
Oh, my
Holy
God.
shit.
Dude. Seriously.
Are those legit followers, or is that just people popping in and just dropping?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I
how
tried to
that
block
happens.
them, so.
Yeah, but hey, it's good content to look at, but, whatever.
Sure.
But this is usually around the time when I grow a long beard. I lock myself in the studio and record, but we'll see what happens. I think we'll plan on doing Sack of Sin 3 probably after the holidays. We'll talk about it. So
I got my surgeries coming up, so.
That's right. Yeah.
November 21st.
Old fucking Iron Mike Sharp over here is going to say.
It'll be my left hand first and then my right hand.
All right, so you'll do The Stranger for 1 month, and then you go back to old reliable.
Well, I'm getting the right hand done during Christmas, so
okay,
that'll be better.
All right. You get yourself a fleshlight. You're all right. Anyway, yeah, man. Like, share, subscribe, touch yourself, hail Satan, and buy some stuff, man. Buy the freaking the Fun Fact tote bag. Now
That's
it's ours.
right.
Dush.
That's right. Be gay, do drugs, and hail Satan.
Exactly.